Hello, this is English with Beatrice. I'm going to talk about how to improve your English speaking long term. Remember, practice makes perfect. Use it or lose it. Yeah. I have heard that before. We all know that to improve English, it is important to practice a lot. But that is not really the most helpful advice for English learners. If you do not have some interesting, useful ideas for how to improve English, you will probably get overwhelmed or bored. That is why we put together a list of 11 extremely practical ways you can improve your English starting today. You can use these tips on your own to boost your English skills, including speaking, grammar, vocabulary, and comprehension. Let's get started. Number 1, use intensive reading strategies. Intensive reading involves reading with concentration and focus in order to understand exactly the meaning of what is written. This is in contrast to extensive reading, which involves reading for a more general understanding, to build confidence and enjoyment in the process. While extensive reading can be great, intensive reading is more useful to quickly improve English skills. Intensive reading strategies include identifying key vocabulary words, covering up some words and guessing what they might be, writing summaries after reading, reading along with an English tutor, or discussing the text with a friend or a teacher. Make sure you choose short readings when you do intensive reading, otherwise you will get overwhelmed. Practice speaking in front of the mirror. Speaking in front of the mirror can help you feel less shy when speaking in English. Sometimes speaking English when you are not fluent can feel very strange and maybe a little embarrassing. This is in part due to not knowing what you look like when making sounds that you do not know or they do not exist in your own language, or if you are even making those sounds correctly. So, watch how your lips move when you speak English in a mirror. Better yet, compare what you look like to native English speakers. For example, you could repeat some dialogue from a TV show and try to mimic the actor's mouth movements. Not only this will help you build confidence, but it will also help you improve English pronunciation. Now this last one was number 2. And number 3 tip, make a schedule. To start using methods, make a study schedule. Try to study at least a few times a week and make a plan for what you want to study each day, week, month, etc. Set lots of goals for the English skills you want to improve to keep yourself on track. Number 4, highlight unfamiliar words when you are reading. When reading an English book, highlight words you do not know and do not look those words up until the end of the chapter. Number 5, practice with videos on YouTube, for example, like movie trailers, music videos, inspiring speeches, and more. every video comes with interactive subtitles, so you just have to switch on the subtitles. This way, you improve English vocabulary and grammar while understanding how native speakers really use the language. There are thousands of videos for every English level, from beginner to advanced. You can easily choose videos by level and you can find the right ones for you. Number 6, repeat English tongue twisters. What's a tongue twister? Tongue twisters are strange little sentences that repeat a lot of similar sounds, making them very difficult to say, even for native English speakers. You probably have some in your native language too. They are great for fun, practical English pronunciation improvement. They will help you master tricky English sounds and speak more naturally. Start slowly to make sure you pronounce each word correctly. Then try to get faster and faster. There are a number of resources to find tongue twisters. A common one is English tongue twisters. Number 7, and I tell this to all my students, record yourself speaking English every day and then listen to yourself. This may seem tedious, boring, and repetitive, but you will be so happy to decide to do this. Just use a voice recorded app to make audio recordings of your English speech every day. You can simply talk about your day for a few minutes. Read a little story from a book, newspaper, say some new English words you have learned, whatever works for you. But do not stop there. After the recording, you need to listen to the audio and try to catch your mistakes, whether they are pronunciation mistakes, grammar mistakes, misused words, etc. This is one of the most practical and immediate ways to improve English, especially if you are learning English on your own. Without correcting your mistakes, you will keep making them, and your English level will advance much more slowly. An added bonus is that these recordings can provide an excellent motivation boost. You will get to a point where you think that you're not learning English as quickly as you want to. But don't give up. The audio recordings will remind you of how far you have come. There is nothing like a pick-me-up when learning English has you feeling down. Number 8, memorize common homophones. Homophones are words that have the same exact pronunciation but mean different things and may also be spelled differently. Some examples in English homophones include blue, like the color, and blue, like the verb to blow in the past. No, no, and o ought to know, like the verb know. Here, here, like someone is here next to me, or here I can hear you. Studying homophones will improve your English conversation skills and avoid confusion. You will have a much easier time understanding English speech if you are already familiar with common words that sound the same. Number 9, understand SVO. What is SVO? Subject plus verb plus object sentences structure as quickly as possible. When you are able to follow subject plus verb plus object in any given sentence, you will have a much easier time piecing together new sentences on the fly. In particular, it will be easier for you to quickly construct English sentences in real-life conversations. Number 10. Play English games. Board games, for example, Monopoly or any board game. By following instructions and using your English, you will improve and enjoy because you're playing. And number 11 and last, make image associations and mnemonic devices. There is a reason native English speakers heard so many mnemonic phrases as children. Mnemonic are learning devices that are designed to be easily recalled and memorized. For example, if you have to memorize a list of vocabulary words, you might write a song that uses those words. Think about all these tips. Learning any language takes time and effort, but with a little bit of helpful advice and mentorship, I bet you will be close to fluent in no time. This is English with Beatrice. Thanks for listening.